Without knowing, you can't find it. Without finding, you can't be. Those who know have found. Those who find have become. The faithful do not die, they become. The more fear of Allah there is in your heart, the more you can understand from the Quran. Just as one is, one knows others the same way. The portion of the elephant is not given to the ant. Begin worship joyfully. Do you want to know who the most perfect person is? The one who gives everyone what they deserve but doesn't expect such fairness from anyone. One should first apply justice to oneself. The strongest resistance is to keep the heart pure. Trust everyone who loves you for yourself, because that is true love. You must surely see Allah before seeing anything else. Minds veiled with thoughts cannot perceive Him until they remove their veils. There can be no witnessing without struggling. There are reasons that the heart reveals which the mind can never know. A heart not engaged with the truth will be occupied by falsehood. The best of religions is honesty and tolerance. You do not know yourself. How will you know your Lord? When reason aligns with reason, lofty knowledge emerges. But when ego aligns with ego, treacherous schemes are woven. The fear of Allah in a servant is as much as their knowledge of Allah. One of the things you absolutely need is not to waste your time or engage in futile matters. The right person leaves happiness, the wrong person leaves experience. Nothing is lived in vain. The one who knows their own faults best is the one who knows their Lord best. You cannot find peace in the company of fault finders. To love is perhaps to become knowledgeable, like a scholar. The habit of the wise is silence. The habit of the ignorant is forgetfulness. The best knowledge is that accompanied by action, and the best silence is that stemming from knowledge. Showing love and compassion to Allah's creations is much better than killing them for the sake of Allah. A true man distinguishes good from evil, because a person with the ability to distinguish does not be deceived by the outward appearance of events. In reality, a person seeks a master for their knowledge, not for their form and appearance. Don't say that your mistakes are due to fate. Don't forget that what you do and accomplish comes from you. Don't attribute them to predestination. The fear of death stems from lack of faith. No one, yes, absolutely no one, is without worries or sorrows. How can those whose eyes are blind see the truth? Endure the hardships you encounter in life and be grateful to your Lord on days of ease. Silence is the profession of the wise. How would you describe fire to someone who has never been burned? Listen not to the noise of others, but to the whispers of your heart. O lover of beauty, do not torment yourself with the thought of death. Sooner or later, death will come, neither a moment sooner nor a moment later. The pursuit of knowledge dignifies a person. Nature created by Allah does not contradict the religion sent by Allah. Can there be light on a face that does not prostrate? Allah's mercy follows those who show mercy wherever they may be. Even if they are buried deep beneath the earth, it seeps through to them. A heart asleep is death. A person, thinking they are the soul of the world, should not say, I am more honorable than it. The world is your sibling. The world and humanity complement each other. Find someone who always reminds you of Allah and never leave them. Why do you run around aimlessly? Come to yourself and think that seeing everything with the eye of the heart is superior to mere thought. Ignorance is darkness. Knowledge is the water of immortality. Have you witnessed someone carrying their wealth to the grave? Forget about other words, observe yourself, and scrutinize your faults. Words can heal the wounds opened by words in the heart. Listen to advice if you seek salvation. Hold your tongue. The chests of those who talk too much are sick in their hearts. From stubbornness, disgrace arises, and the remedy for anger does not work for regret. Indeed, enmity arises from arrogance, and affection arises from laziness. The fear of death you feel is actually not from death, but from yourself. The ugliness lies in your face, not in the face of death. If wisdom and knowledge are your nourishment, then nothing but love is suitable for you anymore. With these nourishments, you also join the ranks of angels. You ascend to the roof of heaven like angels. Death is exactly like a mirror. Everyone, whether good or bad, sees their own face in it. The fear of death you feel is actually not from death, but from yourself. The ugliness lies in your face, not in the face of death. For those who carry their essence and core, what you desire and wish for is yours. The rest is just shell. The essence of a person is not the outward form or appearance, but their morality. A person will be resurrected not according to their outward appearance, but according to their morality. Do not focus on adorning the exterior. Let your inner be as luminous as a piece of the moon. Death is for those whose insides are filled with deceit and trickery. There is a hidden demon under their clothes. Unless the soul is not filled with the knowledge of truth, it remains purposeless and aimless. The most difficult bad habit for the ego to abandon is pride, arrogance, and conceit. Until the ego does not crush its arrogant head underfoot, how can it find the path leading to the presence of God? For men, the result is important. For women, the process is important. It gives our existence dignity to know that everything in this world continues until a predetermined time appointed by Allah. Sometimes the spiritual bliss you cannot find in prayer or fasting, you find in affliction and adversity. If Almighty God continually brings a matter to a fruitful conclusion for your benefit, it is a sign that Allah has entrusted you with this matter. If a person constantly talks about their own goodness and blessings, a misdeed will make them ashamed and silent. However, if someone speaks of the abundance of blessings Allah has bestowed upon them, they will not be silent even if evil comes from their hands, and they will continue to speak of Allah's blessings. The light in a person's heart precedes their words. In this way, wherever they illuminate, the effect of their words also reaches. Every word appears in the guise of the heart in which it originated. The words of a person permitted to speak spiritually are understood by the audience, and their signs are very clear to people. Turning away from someone who turns away from you is appropriate. If people close their doors to you, move away, and know that this separation is a way for Allah to create new beginnings for you. Sometimes, secrets that are not allowed to be revealed appear to you as dim lights. Sometimes, a person who has not reached perfection in righteousness may be granted miracles. A Sufi should speak and act considering the understanding, limitations, and predominant hidden biases of their audience. Words and expressions are like provisions for the audience. Your share of that provision is only as much as you consume. Do not reach out to take things from people. Only if you see that the giver is Allah Almighty in their form, you may take. In that case, take only as much as knowledge allows. Sometimes a wise person feels shy to even mention their needs to Allah because they are content with His decree. In this case, how could Allah's servants express their needs to Him? The origin of existence is in motion. That's why the journey in this world and the hereafter never stops.